Would you, for example, support a tax revolt if you're saying the white?
Yes, I've heard of that, and I'm amazed to hear you mention that. The one thing that has woken up these sort of elite blacks, you could call them that, or that was Donald Trump, who said no more free money. We know what you're doing with the money. We know you're getting so many billions and it's not going where it's meant to go. We know that. And you're not getting it anymore. Okay? And he's done that to a few countries, but at any rate, he's done it to South Africa. And they thought, as you may have seen that television interview when the president of this country went to see the president in America, and he showed them, he said, listen, I'm not happy with the way of these farm killings and all that, which are genuine, by the way. They are genuine. I was nearly killed on a farm killing, you know. So,
do you want to tell that story?
I can tell you, but at any rate, no. Where was I? What was I saying? No. What has stopped the ANC in their tracks a bit this year is Donald Trump. And so, your question about what about a tax revolt? Yes, if you could do that, because virtually all the tax comes from one group. And you could say two groups, the Indians, the whites, and the coloreds. From the blacks, I don't think there's very much tax revenue. That's not their fault. Or, of course, in terms of VAT, they pay a little bit of tax. But if that source of revenue was cut to the South African government for 6 months, or whatever, somebody works it out, it would wake them up. It's very hard to do that because, you know, people feel honor bound not to do things like that. Yeah. But I can tell you this, that if it was done, there is no way that the ANC government would have any way of enforcing payment of tax. No way. They could try cancelling the accounts of people in banks and everything. They'll get a lot of blowback. It won't happen. You know, they'll try and seize people's assets straight from the banks. Yeah. That would result in absolute chaos. One doesn't want to go that far. One wants these people to start waking up. What we really need to have in the South African government is appointment on the basis of merit. Now, the problem is, if you appoint people on the basis of merit, I've been a government sort of person because I was a city councillor for quite a few years in Pretoria. So I know a little bit about the bureaucracy. But if you work on merit, then you're going to see a lot of the government will go back into the hands of white people. There's no doubt about that. I'm tired of pretending.